So Maha-Satipatthana Sutta, Vedana Nupassana, contemplation of feelings. We have many kinds of feeling, pleasant feeling, Sukha Vedana, unpleasant feeling, Dukkha Vedana, and neutral feeling, Upekha Vedana or Adukama Sukha Vedana. Feeling must be understood here to be mental feeling. When you have pain, you feel the pain, and that mental feeling is called Vedana in Pali. Whenever you say Vedana, you mean feeling pain, feeling pressure, or feeling indifference. Meditators who contemplate or note the pleasantness, unpleasantness, or neutrality of feeling are said to be practicing the contemplation of feelings, Vedana Nupassana. And in this Maha-Satipatthana Sutta, Buddha said, Ita Bhikkhve Bhikkhu Sukham va Vedana Vedayamano Sukham Vedana Vedayamiti Pajanati Dukkham va Vedana Vedayamano Dukkham Vedana Vedayamiti Pajanati Adukkam Sukham va Vedanam Vedayamano Adukkam Sukham Vedayamiti Pajanati. And Buddha said, Bhikkhus, and how does a monk or meditators dwell on contemplating the feeling in the feelings? Buddha said, monks, herein when experiencing a pleasant feeling, a meditator knows I experience a pleasant feeling. When experiencing a painful feeling, meditator knows I experience a painful feeling. Whenever feeling you experience, you must take note of it. You must observe that feeling. These are the instructions given by the Buddha about the practice of Vipassana meditation. When you have painful feeling in your body, pain or numbness or stiffness, you focus your mind on the place of pain and you take note of the pain, noting pain, pain, pain. You need to hit, you need to cut that kinds of pain. And when you have a good feeling, a pleasant feeling, then you just note pleasant, 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 or good, 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 or happy, happy, happy. You have to note sincerely, courageously. What meditators know about different feeling is very different from what people who do not meditate know. That there is difference. When you are feeling good, you know that you are feeling good, and when you are feeling bad, you know that you are feeling bad. But the kinds of ordinary knowing is not meditation. It is not vipassana meditation. Practitioner of vipassana meditation, you are coming for the intensive retreat. How do you know the kinds of feeling? You see and observe the feeling just as feeling, not as the feeling of a person, not as a personal feeling, and not as a permanent feeling, or not as a lasting feeling. That meditator see, you can observe the feeling just a feeling. So in the Iryapata Baba, you know when you are going, you have to know going, going, going. Just as in the practice of knowing going, 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 when you are going, so you should here also understand feeling, feeling, feeling. When there is feeling, you need to understand just feeling. So the knowledge of meditator is diametrically opposed to the knowledge of ordinary people who do not meditate. The mind of ordinary people who do not meditate cannot remove the concept of being and cannot do away with the notion of self. So it cannot be inside meditation. However, the mind of practitioner can see that there is just feeling, there is just vedana, there are just pleasant feeling, there are just unpleasant feeling. There is no one who feels apart from the feeling itself. This feeling cannot be said to belong to any person or being. Meditator knows correctly and clearly the feeling according to this question. Meditator have to answer these questions sincerely. Who feels? Who feelings is it? And from what reason do these feelings come to be? Meditators knows that it is no being, it is no person who feels. It is not the feeling of any being or person or feeling may come to be because feeling that feels taking the basic as object. Here, the commentators tell us a story of a certain monk who practicing Vipassana, contemplations of feeling. The elder Thera at a time when he was sick was groaning and rolling from side to side through the violence of his feeling. And a young monk said to Thera, "What place is burning, Bande? Which place is burning to you?" And the Thera elder monk replied, "Friend, I there is no particular place that hurts. It is just feeling that feeds by making the basic its object." The elder replied. And the younger monk asked, "From the time there comes to be such knowledge, is it not proper to endure Bande? Is it not proper to endure?" The young monk asked. And the Theta elder monk replied, "Friend, I am enduring." He replied. And the younger monk said, "Bande, enduring is admirable." So the elder monk endure. The windy humor burst up to his heart, his entrails, his stomach lay in a heap on the bed, very violent feeling. The elder, the Thera, showed this to the young monk. And the elder monk said, "Is endurance to such an extent proper, my friend?" And the young monk was silent. The Thera, the elder monk, by yoking together energy and tranquility, reached arahantship together with the discrimination, and as equal-headed one. In Pali, it is called samasisi. Very good, very good practice. Samasisi. The elder monk attained complete extinction simultaneously with death. So when the kinds of very unpleasant feeling occur, the meditator note very concurrently, and the sickness is very violent. So finally he died. But when enduring these kinds of feeling, sati is following very closely. And with that, when he died, he attained complete extinction. He became Arahant simultaneously. It is called samasisi. He attained complete extinction simultaneously with death. So when the kinds of feeling arise, meditators try to put more energy to produce mindfulness to be concurrent with the feeling occurrence. And when he died, he attained complete extinction simultaneously. this is the practice of violence feeling be to be noted. Can you follow me? The Thera, by yoking together energy and tranquility, reach arahantship together with the discrimination and as equal-headed one. So equal-headed is two-headed. One head is five khandhas. Rupa and Nama come to an end. That means he died. But when he died, Okilisa come to be extinguished. That means all kilesa are extinguished. That means he become Arahant. Follow me. He attained complete extinction simultaneously with death. So when he died, he simultaneously become an Arahant. Arahant. That means he can follow the feeling very concurrently, but his death is very successful. He attained arahantship. He conquered the pain. That is called equal-headed one. All five khandhas are extinguished, and kilesa also come to nothing. That means he became arahant. So meditator know that this feeling does not last. When you have a painful feeling and you keep noting this feeling as being pain, 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 it may take 10 minutes or 50 minutes until you come to see that this pain is not constant. This pain is not one solid pain. There are different stages of pain. There are different moments of pain. Moments are different. Intensity are different. Functions are different. So one pain comes and goes. And then the next pain comes and goes. You see, pain is not one continuous thing. When you see through the continuity, you come to see the impermanence of things, because the illusions of continuity cannot cover the reality. The illusion of continuity cannot hide reality. When you think of continuity, you think of things being permanent and lasting for a long time. When continuity is removed, you come to see the rising and fading away, the appearing and disappearing of feeling. So the knowledge of meditators, or the understanding of yogis, is much deeper than that of ordinary people. There are different feelings. First, there are pleasant feeling and unpleasant feeling. And there are neutral feeling. But it is said in the commentary that neither painful nor pleasant feeling is hard to illustrate. It is unobvious. It is not clear. It becomes evident to one who enforces it in this way. The neither painful nor pleasant feeling is central kind, opposed to the agreeable and the disagreeable when pleasure or pain are absent. Like what? It is like deer hunter who is following the footprints of the fleeting deer, and the hunter infers that the deer must have run on the flat rock. There is a big flat rock, and on this side and on the other side, the hunter sees footprints. But on the flat rock, the hunter sees nothing. Then he infers that the deer must have run on that flat rock. He knows in this way. Here the deer went up, here it went down. In between, it may have gone over the flat rock in this place. So like the footprint where it went up, the arising of pleasant feeling is evident. Like, like the footprint in the place where deer came down, the painful feeling is evident. Like the inference in this way, here the deer went up, here it went down, in between it went in this way. So it becomes evident to one who infers it in this way. Neither pleasant nor unpleasant, neither painful nor pleasant feeling is the central kind, opposed to agreeable and disagreeable when pleasure and pain are absent. So you may have pleasant worldly feelings which are connected with things you come across in your life, sights, sounds, smell, taste, odors, thoughts, and things. You think you possess such a husband, a wife, children. This pleasant feeling depends upon the worldly things. So uh, there is called pleasant worldly feeling. When you have such feeling, you must be aware of that feeling. You take note of it as pleasant, pleasant, pleasant. This kind of feeling is called samisa sukha, pleasant worldly feelings. Another feeling is you may have unpleasant feeling in your life. You feel sad. You may be depressed. You may be discouraged. Or sometimes there is something you possess, something of value that has disappeared, or something or someone of value has been taken away from you. When you get angry or when you become sad and you feel sorry. So these are unpleasant feelings concerned with worldly things. It can happen to meditators too when you think of something bad that has happened to you. So when such a feeling arises in you, you must be mindful of this and you must note sad, 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 or angry, angry, angry about whatever it is. So whatever good or bad, you have to be noting, you have to note. Another feeling is neutral feeling. Neutral feeling are neither pleasant nor unpleasant. Sometimes when meditators who are practicing vipassana come across sense object, you feel neither pleasure nor displeasure, nor can you give up the object. Here, neutral feelings accompanied by attachment arise in meditators. So such feelings are called worldly neutral feeling. It is also called indifference depending on worldly things, or indifference accompanied by delusion or ignorance, avijja. That is anyanupika, literally not knowing indifference. Another feeling is niramisa sukha. You may also have unworldly feelings. Pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral unworldly feelings means feelings that arise during your practice of meditation. When you practice meditation, you may have good concentration, or you may see the arising and fading away of feeling. Then you feel happy. Many yogis report when the meditation good, very good feeling, pleasant feeling, so joyful, so happiness, so quiet. So the meditator feels so happy at that time that you just want to get up and tell other people about your feeling. You can hardly contain or suppress this pleasant feeling. So such a feeling may come to meditators, especially when you have reached the stage where you see the rising and fading away of phenomena. A meditator should not experience that feeling with attachment. So you must be aware and you must be mindful of that feeling. If you are attached to that pleasant feeling, you will stay in this stage, you won't be able to make progress. So all pleasant feeling during your practice of meditation, especially when you see the true nature of psychophysical phenomena in the Udyabhaya Jnana, pleasant feeling, whatever you encounter must be noted. Do not attach to these pleasant feeling. Another feeling is niramisa dukkha, unpleasant, unworldly feelings. Sometimes you cannot meditate, you depress, you discourage. As much as you try, your mind does not stay on the object. So you become discouraged, you become depressed. So that is an unworldly, unpleasant feelings. Sometimes you have reached the stage of jhana, concentration really good, and then you have fallen from that kinds of jhana, and you experience some sadness or sorrow. So such feeling must be noted as sad, or sorry, and you need to overcome. If you don't note, you cannot be overcome. So there is a story of an elder monk who was very learned. It is said that that elder monk taught 18 groups of students. The teacher was a great one and especially learned in the scripture. As many as 30,000 monks attained arahanthood by just follow his advice. One day, one of those students reviewed the good qualities in himself, and he thought of his teacher, and then when he reviewed his teacher, he found that his teacher was a stay, worldling, and the teacher had not yet attained arahanthood. So the student went to teach his teacher a lesson. When the student had come to the teacher asked, "What do you come for?" And he said, "I want to hear a Dhamma talk from you." The teacher said, "I have no time, I am very busy, I have to do many talk, many invitation, many appointment to teach." And then the student said, "I will ask you when you go to the village for alms round." And the teacher said, "No, impossible. There will be many people who will ask questions at the time. Many people are waiting to ask the question." And the student kept asking for an appointment, but every time the teacher was too busy for him. So at the end, the student told the teacher, Pandey, don't you have time for at least 2 or 3 sitting meditation? If you don't have any time, you won't even have time to die. You are always busy to teach, many appointments, and you are like the back of a chair. You are relied upon by other people, but you cannot rely on yourself. I don't want anything more from you. The student went away. Now the teacher was moved. He decided to meditate on this event. He thought he would become an arhan in 2 or 3 days. So the teacher did not tell anybody about it. However, he could not attain arhanhood. He practiced meditation, but he passed through one rainy season, one wasa, and at the end of the rainy season, he still could not attain anything. So he felt sad, so he wept. And he wept and wept and wept, and he reviewed his practice. Now maybe I went to sleep and I have to wash my feet when I go to sleep. So he decided not to lie down. He practiced only 3 postures: standing meditation, walking meditation, and sitting meditation, not lying meditation. So he practiced seriously for 29 years. But every year he wept and wept by not attaining anything. So in the 30th year, at the end of the rainy season, he was still a worldling and he had not attained anything. So he became very sad and he wept a lot. So at that time, a deity near his place approached him. The deities stood there and wept. So the monk, the Thera, asked, "Who is weeping here?" He asked, and the deity replied, "I am a deity dwelling in this place." And the teachers asked, "Why are you weeping?" And the deities answered, "Oh, I saw you are weeping, and I thought I might get 2 or 3 attainments just by crying." The deities answered. Now the teacher was deeply moved and said to himself, "Now, even the deity is making jokes about you. It is not proper for me to be depressed. It is not proper for me to be sorry." So he removed his sorrow and he continued to practice. Finally, he overcome everything. He became an arahant. So in this story, although he was well versed in the Tipitaka, it took him 30 years to become an arahant. So we need to be very energized. All these bhikkhus practice meditation seriously. So every feeling have to be noted concurrently. His obsession with the sorrowful feeling with respect to non-worldly things during meditation had been an obstacle to his attainment. So another feeling is upeka vedana, adokhamasuka, neutral feeling during meditation, which are called mindful non-worldly feelings, occur when you reach higher stage of vipassana knowledge and experience the feeling of neutrality. You do not have to put in much effort in contemplating the object because you practice diligently and there come momentum and it just comes to you by itself. So at this time, you have this feeling of neutrality, the feeling of equanimity. So such feelings are called neutral, non-worldly feelings. When they arise in you, you must be mindful of them, you must note of them. Neutral feeling, neutral feeling, neutral feeling, you need to note and you need to note more concurrently. In this way, meditators will be able to be aware of the rising and fading away of whatever feeling you are experiencing. Then you will reach higher and higher stage of vipassana knowledge until you reach the level of attainment. And then samudaya dhamma nupasiva vedanasu viharati. Feeling have to be noted. Here the origination factors, samudaya dhamma. Origination factors are ignorance, craving, karma, and contact. Dissolution factors are the absence of ignorance, absence of craving, absence of karma, and absence of contact. So these are samudaya dhamma and vaya dhamma, vaya dhamma of the feeling. Because of the ignorance, because of the craving, because of karma, because of contact, and that feeling, these are the origination factors, and the absence of these are the dissolution factors. So when you take note of them, when they arise, you will come to see their arising and fading away. You will also come to see that because there is pain, there are painful feelings. Because there is comfort, there are pleasant feeling, and so on. You may contemplate internally on your own feeling, or by inference, you can contemplate externally on other people's feeling, or both internally and externally. So this is the way feelings should be dealt with during your practice of meditation, by being aware of them, by being mindful of them, by taking note of them. When you see the arising and fading away of feeling, you won't cling to them. Without clinging, you can achieve your realizations of truth. So that is the contemplations of feeling in the feeling within Nupassana. So we have to stop our discourse for today. By practicing Vipassana meditation, by observing every pleasant feeling, unpleasant feeling, and neutral feeling concurrently, by noting rising, falling, sitting, stretching, bending, continuously and meticulously, may all yogis be liberated from all suffering. May all yogis realize the real peace in the very near future.